Welcome to Core Cutting This Week, episode number 41, the show where I give you my opinion on some of the biggest stories from the past week. Now, this is my opinion. If you want to learn more, check out the show notes down below. I have links to each story we covered today, so you can learn more about them. Before we get started, though, if you're watching this before September 4th, this deal ends September 4th, but CBS is giving away a full month of CBS All Access to free new customers. You have to use a special promo code to get it. Link down in the show notes. The deal ends September 4th. As always, it pays to watch these when they come out on Saturdays. We're going to kind of keep with that date going forward right now. But let's kind of dive into a ton of news to cover this week. Some of it speculative, but let's get into it. Hey, every year, about this time, I start getting a flood of emails. Will there be a new Roku? Will there be a new Apple TV? Will there be a new Fire TV? Should I wait? Should I buy now? What about going forward? What's going to happen? So I wanted to kind of take a moment, break down what you should expect from Roku, Amazon, and the Apple TV. So right off the bat, will we get a new Apple TV this year? This one I'll have to say no, probably not. Last year, the Apple TV came out with the Apple TV 4K, and it usually right now it seems at least to be 2 years between releases. So I would say at the earliest, the new Apple TV is coming out in 2019. But we have good news. The Fire TV and Roku are probably coming out with new models this year. Start with the Fire TV. So Fire TV has been on clearance for a little while now, at least for the low-end Fire Stick and the Fire Pendant. The Fire Pendant has even gone out of stock. It says September 22nd back in stock, but that's a common trick Amazon does when they come out with new devices. And they've also been on sale for over a week now, which is unusual for Amazon. That points to a new device likely coming out this year. We'll have to keep our fingers crossed and see what happens there. But let's take a look at what we know. The Fire Stick's been $29.99 for over a week now. The Fire TV Pendant was down at $39.99 for a while and is currently out of stock until September 22nd. This is historically consistent with what Amazon's done in the past. They like to clear out their warehouse before a new device comes. Not all stores do. For instance, Best Buy, when the Fire TV 2 came out, they had the Fire TV 1 and the Fire TV 2 on the same shelf right next to each other for the same price. They didn't seem to care. There was a new model. If you weren't paying attention, weren't reading the label underneath it, you may have bought the old Fire TV for the same price as the new one. So keep that in mind. But Amazon also likes to say, hey, like a month from now, we're going to have this back in stock. And sometime during that time, they'll make an announcement or they'll bump it out a little bit further later on and say, hey, the new Fire TV 4, whatever it's going to be, is out. And then they'll just discontinue the 3 and go from there. So will we be getting Fire TV? Almost certainly. The question is, will we be getting 1 or 2? With the Fire TV Stick still on clearance sale pricing and the Fire TV Pendant out of stock, question is, will we get 2 or 1? Typically, Amazon has a high end and a low end. Since the Fire TV Q launched a few months ago, we've had 3 Fire TVs. A low end, a mid-range with the Pendant, and the high end with the Fire TV Q. I could see Amazon trying to combine the Pendant and the Stick into one device, especially with Roku having the Roku Stick Plus be already a 4K stick. I wouldn't be surprised if Amazon made their low end also a 4K device. We'll see what happens. It's hard to say. It's equally possible Amazon would come out and say, hey, the Fire TV Pendant's going to get its own replacement. The Fire TV Stick's going to maintain an HD only option. And that Amazon, will have 3 options for Fire TVs going forward. That's possible. That's not what Amazon has historically done, so we'll have to keep an eye on it. But I do feel confident somewhere late September, early October, we'll at least get an announcement. The product may not come out until late October, early November, but it looks likely that we have a new Fire TV in the works right now. Should you go out and get the Fire TV Stick or the Fire TV Pendant? The Fire TV Stick is starting to become a little low end. It's not bad. If you don't have a 4K TV, I would get it. If you have a 4K TV, I would wait for the Pendant. I would wait and see what happens. I would recommend at least buying a 4K streaming player so you have the ability to get 4K content if you have a 4K TV. What about Roku? What's Roku up to? Well, Roku's also doing some sales that historically points to new Roku players. The Roku Stick and Stick Plus have been on sale off and on, it feels like, for a month now, with the Roku Stick at $39.99 and the Roku Stick Plus at $54 or thereabout. One day it's on sale, the next day it's not, and then it's back, and it's going all over the place. The Roku Ultra has also seen a permanent price drop on Amazon, and recently, at least in my area down here in Texas, at Walmart, the Roku Ultra is now $89, down from $99. I think the Roku site, though, still has it at $99, but it's very typical that Best Buy or Walmart or Amazon will cut the price of the Roku Ultra to get it out of stock before the new one comes. When the Roku 3 came, the Roku 3 for some time was being listed at full price on the Roku website, but Walmart, Best Buy, and other places had its price slashed, and they were clearing out stock in preparation for the new Rokus. So keep an eye on this. Roku also has a history of new Roku players almost every year for the last couple years. The 2016 was a complete refresh of new models. The 2017, so the 16 was a complete refresh. 2017 was like a minor update, new remotes, some minor changes. The Premier line was replaced with the Roku Stick Plus, but past that, they just made the Express faster. They made the Stick with a new remote, and they made the Roku Ultra a little cheaper. Few differences, but the main thing being a new remote. Will we see a full refresh this year? Will it be a minor update? I don't know. What I will say is the Stick Plus is a very good 4K streamer. Of the big brand name streaming players, it's probably one of the cheapest streaming players out there. I use it when I travel. I would say the Stick Plus is a great deal. If you can get that $54, pick it up. If you have an HD TV, and you really don't ever plan to get 4K, this Roku Stick is not bad. It's very fast. It holds up very well in testing. So I'll check it out. A few things that are interesting is the Roku Express is not having any sales, no action on the Roku Express. With it being 5 times more powerful last year, maybe they won't replace it. Maybe it'll be exact same going forward and they'll just be replacing the sticks. Maybe the Ultra will get replaced. It's hard to say. We don't know. Would I buy a new one? I would probably buy the Roku Stick Plus at $54. That's not a bad deal at all. The Roku Ultra is not a bad deal, again at $89, but we'll have to wait and see. So by your own discretion. It does look likely that we'll at least get a minor update of the sticks going forward. It's hard to say. They haven't gone out of stock, but they started showing up on sale in late July. Now it's into August, and we're still seeing them on sale here and there. So keep a close eye on this. We'll likely have a new Roku this year. My question to you, what new devices would you like to get or features from Roku? Would you like a complete new lineup? Would you like some additional TV controls on your remote? What would you like from the Fire TV? And heck, I know Apple's probably not coming out to next year, but what would you like to see from Apple TV? Leave me a comment, let me know. I'd love to hear from you on what you think would be a good deal for the, or what you think will be good new features for the Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV going forward. Speaking of Amazon, Amazon is reportedly working on an ad-supported free streaming service to take on Tubi, Crackle, and the Roku channel. This was reported by The Informant. We have a story down below with all the details. But the report is basically Amazon is testing the ability to launch a service that will have movies and TV shows for free as long as you're willing to watch ads. Not new to Amazon necessarily. Amazon for some time now has had, for instance, the first episode of a show free with ads, and then you either have to buy it or be a Prime member to watch the rest. So it's not a bad idea by Amazon to come out and say, hey, we're going to take that, what we already have the ability to do, expand it to its own streaming service, and try to diversify. With over 100 streaming services in the United States right now, there's so many that a lot of people are saying, hey, I'm only going to pick 2, 3, maybe 4 if you're lucky, paid services. And people have really been diving into the Tubis, the Crackles, the Roku channels, Vudu's free one, Pluto's, so many others out there that offer ad-supported free content. Walmart's also reportedly launching their own ones. So Amazon says, hey, let's try to get a piece of this pie, be the second option. You know, people may go to Netflix and may go to Hulu, may go to Amazon Prime first. But hey, you know, I may not pay for Seinfeld, but hey, Seinfeld's on Crackle. I may watch it while I'm cleaning the house. And they want to be that kind of service. What will this include? Will it be Prime video content free? I would doubt it'd be all Prime content for free. It likely will be a selection of content for free that may also be on Prime and it may not. It's hard to say. We really don't have a lot of details on who these partners are. My question to you is, do you use those those free ad-supported, I think I said ad-free at one point, ad-supported free streaming services? Or do you just go for the ad-free ones from like Netflix, Hulu, and more, where you have to pay money? I'd love to know, do you mix them? I know some cord cutters that don't pay for any services, They just use Tubi, Crackle, the Roku channel, Vudu, and more. Maybe rent a movie here and there, but they like to use the ad-supported ones. Do you fall in that category? Leave me a comment. Let me know what services out there you use, and do you mind ads, or are you completely against ads? Let me know. Lastly, we have a little bit of new information about the new Disney streaming service launching next year. Recently, the CEO of Disney, Bob Iger, came out and said that it will be, or at least called it, I should say, Disney Play. Now, take that with a grain of salt. Right now, the name of the new Disney service is Disney Play. But at this point, like with Windows Vista came out, everybody was calling it Windows Longhorn. And then right before launch, they changed the name to Disney Play. I think Nintendo did the same thing with the Wii. Originally was called something else. And then right before launch, they changed the name to the Nintendo Wii. And this all came from Variety. And it's been confirmed that he did call it this. But just keep in mind, often they have like a code name they call this stuff. And then PR gets involved right before launch. Or marketing, and they say, you know, we need a marketing friendly name, and they pick a new name. So just keep that in mind. What do we know? Well, nothing really else new. We're still looking at a 2019 launch date. The cost is rumored to be around $5. We'll include original programming from Disney with Star Wars, new movies and TV shows. We will see TV shows, new movies of Star Wars will appear. Older Star Wars movies will for now stay on Netflix, and other ones, when those contracts end, they'll move over to this service. The target audience is the Disney core fan, which is families. They want to be family-friendly content, R-rated content, and other content like Bob's Burgers and The Simpsons, which is so weird that Disney's going to own Bob's Burgers, Simpsons, Family Guy, and all that. That's going to go to Hulu. All the R-rated, all the adult-focused content is going to be on Hulu. The family-friendly stuff, the stuff where you feel like, hey, I can subscribe to this and know my kids are going to get good family-friendly content that I feel comfortable having them watch, is what Disney hopes this will be. Release date, we're still looking at late 2019. Maybe if everything goes well, late summer, early fall. That's unlikely. I would say late fall, winter 2019 is more likely. It's all guesswork right now. So that's kind of what we know about the Disney service. And my question to you is, do you plan to subscribe? Now, it probably won't have every Disney movie, but it should have a good collection of Disney content. If it's $5, would you subscribe? New Star Wars, the Clone Wars season, new Star Wars live action TV show, tons of new programming, a new series based on Monsters, Inc., and one based on High School Musical. Would this be what you want? Leave me a comment, let me know. But hey, that's the show for this week. Don't forget, CBS All Access, free month. You need a promo code, link in the show notes down below. Check that out. If you're watching this on September 4th or before, if you're watching it September 5th after, sorry, check us out every Saturday. We're probably going to stay with the Saturday launch date for now, but check us out so you don't miss great deals like that, and I'll be throwing more of them in here. All right, everybody, take care. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. We're going to continue to try to make this show better and better. I got big things planned for the month of September, way at the end of it, but stay tuned. Bigger and better things are to come. Hey, everybody, take care. Thank you for your support. I'll see you next week.